Good morning, everybody, from Genova. So join me today for yet another video on the magical world of Italian football. Look at all these seas, man. Can anybody explain to me why on earth are we for a fourth time within the confinements of this channel in Genova? Fourth episode in Genova. Like, in front of us is the very much dry Bisagno River, and out there in the distance, the Luigi Ferraris, which will be the theater of today's game, the final game of the season for Italian football, the play-out between Sampdoria and Salernitana. Let me tell you, man, it's boiling hot in Genoa. Something like 33, 34 Celsius. Whew. Since our last visit in the Genovese Republic, a lot of interesting things have happened, man. First of all, Sampdoria got relegated. They got relegated to the third tier of Italian football in the Serie C1. The Genoa fans had their funeral. They held, after the game against Atalanta for the Serie A, they held the funeral of Sampdoria. Some Genoa fans even made tattoos celebrating the fact. But then the Italian league discovered that Brescia, another historic team, had fallen into financial discrepancies, which basically meant that they were not paying their former players. And 4 points were deducted from Brescia, from their league table, which led Brescia directly in the relegation zone. Basically meaning that Brescia took the place of Sampdoria in the relegation zone, and Samp got the right to fight for their lives against Salernitana. And there are accusations against the league that despite the fact that they knew since February, they chose to reveal it just now. Now, Salernitana was in the first place in the play-out battle. They were supposed to play against Frosinone for their place in Serie B. That was about a month and a half ago. As you can imagine, that game got cancelled. Frosinone went to an early vacation. Brescia went into oblivion because they are basically facing bankruptcy. Fucking hell, man! I think we need to go to Brescia next year. You see, Brescia are also the victims of an incompetent owner, probably much like Toro. We did go to Torino covering the whole owner incompetence. Well, it's the same with Brescia, but much worse. Now, in terms of fans and ultras, as you can imagine, half the city of Genova, meaning the supporters of Genoa, are accusing Sampdoria of being the favorites of the state. And despite the fact that they got relegated, being offered a second chance. On the other hand, the Sampdoria fans are very eager to remind to Genoa that back in 2003, the number of the league teams was raised in order for Genoa not to be relegated. So, during the funeral of Sampdoria after the game against Atalanta, the Genoa fans ended up back there to the Sampdoria fan shop. And they left coffins in front of its door with the colors of Sampdoria. Have I expressed how much I like Genoa, man? numerous times, I guess. It's a perfect combination between all the craziness of Napoli and the seriousness of northern Italy. You understand? So as you can imagine, there is a very big mobilization of Sampdoria fans to support the team and help them not get relegated. I mean, it will probably be the biggest shame in their history. And Sampdoria is a young team, man. And during these years of their existence, they have been the most successful club of the city. I mean, Genoa was successful, but a century ago.
Perché in Grecia, la Grecia era ancora divisa tra Spartani e Ateniesi.
No. Am I really invading, man? So how about Salernitana, you're probably asking? Trust me on this, we will have extensive talks about Salernitana when we visit Salerno, because I'm planning to do that. And they share with Salernitana the common brotherhood with Bari, with the Ultras of Bari. However, I'm not entirely sure if they have any kind of friendly relationships with each other. I mean, Samp and Salerno. Look at that, man. Do you remember this insane prop by Roman Polanski, that boat? If you don't, go watch the previous Genoa video. They are, however, friends with Brescia. Salerno and Brescia have a strong friendship. You know, Brescia, the team that got relegated instead of Samp. I wonder at what point these two buildings are going to touch each other, man. What I do want to add is that Salerno Ultras have decided to boycott the two games. They made an announcement that they will participate, they will come to Genova, but they will stay outside of the stadium. And on the return game, in 3 days' time in Salerno, they will not enter the Curva. And all that out of dignity. And what does that mean? It means that for the Salerno Ultras it was an offense to cancel the previous game against Frosinone and move it to now, a month and a half later, against Samp. This is at least what I understand. I will do further investigations until we reach Salerno, because this is what we do, investigative journalism. Look how gorgeous and empty the street is, man. So, in the previous video, which coincidentally was the derby between Genoa and Samp, there has been a little misunderstanding. Let's talk about it. So you probably know that these two sets of fans, Genoa and Samp that is, entered into a soap opera that, it's difficult to explain, with accusations of talking to the police, painting on top of each other's murals. And we're talking about historic murals, you know, like Gianluca Vialli, like Fabrizio De André. What I've actually been meaning to say with all this is that in a small city like this one, all this violence and all these accusations of talking and collaborating with the police and painting on top of the sacred murals, man, I mean, come on now. Especially in a city like Genova, where practically everybody knows everybody.
And I refuse to even touch the subject of violence, man.
So yeah, here we are for the fourth time in Genova, which, to be fair, is always a pleasure, man. And what's one of the most funny incidents of this game, man, is the amount of false tickets that Genoa fans also actually bought using false names in order to keep the Luigi Ferraris empty. Bloody hell, it's warm, man. It's very, very warm. So yeah, Genoa supporters actually bought quite a lot of tickets online, and they used some ridiculous names. I mean, Massimo Ferrero was one of them, the guy who brought Sampdoria to the brink of disaster. Samp got the upper hand to this, and they cancelled all these weird tickets. So they are expecting a full house tonight. So see you in a couple of hours at the game. Bye-bye. So here we go, man. So down there is the Genoa sector of the stadium, and also with the Salernitana supporters, who are currently sitting outside, and they will probably sit outside to protest.
Look at this, man, there seem to be Salerno fans who did enter.
Put her down, man.
I don't know.
So what says here is that it's the supporters that always pay, football clubs without regulations, corrupted owners, heavy restrictions.
Good morning, everybody. We are abandoning Genova today. We're going to Salerno.
So you guys know how we've always said that Italy is an advanced version of Greece, right? Like better football, less corruption. Well, the entire team of Salernitana, upon departing from Genova the other day, ended up in the hospital with food poisoning. So imagine being a player or a fan of Salernitana, man, and then having to face all these suspicions that everything is done on purpose. In the end of the day, if anybody wanted Samp to stay in Serie B, no matter what, it would be very easy to, I don't know, to give them a penalty in the last game against Juve Stabia.
It is, however, extremely funny to see this here, man. I mean, this is how I am used to view things
As a Greek, you know, everything is corrupted, the championships, the leagues are staged, the referees are bribed, the league, oh my lord.
And all of this could be truth, you know, but it's really exhausting, man.
So I don't know, man. What do you think? Is the Italian league really so corrupted?
Let's have a look at some examples, man. First of all, the Pope dies, right? May his holiness soul rest in heaven. Everything stops with absolutely no regard to all the supporters who have been on their way, you know? I mean, imagine traveling to an away game and because of the sudden death of His Holiness, everything stops. You are almost there and it stops. There are photos with a child wearing a Salernitana shirt after, I don't know, 500 kilometers in an away game. He hears that the game is not proceeding, you know? Or another example, the physiotherapist of Lecce dies. Nothing happens, man. I mean, Lecce asks the league to cancel their game against Atalanta. I mean, the entire squad is devastated, you know? And they move it to a couple of days later. The human factor is gone, you know? And I won't be mentioning the games that happen to other countries. First of all, the Super Cup. There is a Final Four Super Cup, which takes place in Riyadh. Like, on top of that, the amount of squads, and I'm not talking only about Brescia here, Spal recently, or Taranto, Cosenza even, the amount of squads that go bankrupt. I mean, who even regulates the ownership in Italian football, you know? Cheers. So you have all these teams that go bankrupt, and at the same time you have B squads. I mean, Juventus B, Milan B, Inter B. For fuck's sake, even Atalanta has a B squad. No offense to these teams, you know, but yeah, it's weird. So now Salernitana has food poisoning, and they ask the league to cancel the return game against Sampdoria. I mean, the one we already have a ticket for. So yeah, I think the situation in Italy is kind of sick, but not for the reasons a lot of people think of. I mean, I don't think it's Sampdoria's fault, or I don't know, a scheme to hope to keep Sampdoria in Serie B instead of C1. At least I hope there isn't, you know. Anyway, see you later. We still have a train to catch, for fuck's sake. 700, 800 plus kilometers to Salerno. Kudos to all the Salernitana fans who made that distance to go to Genova to protest and see their team lose in the most horrible ways. Bloody hell. They didn't even... Salernitana played horribly, and that was before the food poisoning.
Attenzione, prepararsi per tempo alla discesa utilizzando le porte più vicine a quelle fuori servizio.
All right, welcome to Salerno, everybody.
There you have it, man, the Mediterranean. Feels like home.